Hello RPG fans! The new expansion for Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred was released these last few weeks, and I played through its super short campaign, but while I was playing it, I couldn't stop thinking about Last Epoch. So in this video we're going to compare the two games and figure out why my mind was wandering while I was playing Diablo 4. We're gonna start on the story. The Diablo 4 expansion has an interesting narrative, starting with a reminder of what happened in the base game and moving on to the continuation. While it has a nice twist at the end, I finished the campaign thinking, wait, that's it? That's the expansion? So, the Diablo universe is huge. It's vast, it's full of lore and content, and they could have done so much more with it than just a few hours of story and campaign gameplay. Do you agree with me? If you also think like I do, please comment down below, leave your thoughts, let's talk about this. And on the other hand, we have Last Epoch, who offers an original story from the get-to-go, mixing time travel with a good goddess and a villainous bad god, where you're this traveler tasked with taking down this villain while the goddess is missing. Okay, some elements are a bit recycled from other RPGs, but let's face it, nothing's entirely new, right? In the end, Last Epoch's narrative is so creative, and it could definitely use more development, and it's gonna develop in the future. But overall, it's an original story worth experiencing it, and this expansion of Diablo 4 does not have that. It's just a short story. It could be much more developed. So that's why on the story point, I'm gonna give it a point to Last Epoch. When we compare the gameplays, Diablo 4 has a slower pace and controlled gameplay with a much better graphic, and that's cool. I watched some videos of Path of Exile 2, and this gameplay is similar to it, with this more controlled and slow gameplay. But honestly, on the gameplay through Diablo, my character did not feel powerful as he should be, as we do feel in an ARPG. We start with a weak character and we get to this super powerful character at the end game. That just didn't feel like it. And there are only a few builds available, like everybody's playing the Spirit Guide Evade on the Spiritborn, and it's building a huge fuss because Blizzard was gonna nerf the Evade. In the end they didn't, and everyone was freaking out because it looked like it was the only good build around, and that's a huge problem for an ARPG. Diablo has invested more in gear than in the skill system, and in my opinion that's a huge problem because that's what makes so few builds available and good, and it just controls player creativity, doesn't let the players go and create and be fun and original, not only powerful but also fun and original. It limits the game. Last Epoch, on the other hand, has a fast-paced gameplay, a beautiful graphic that makes me feel like a true superhero, or at least a super engaged gamer. The variety of build is so vast that you can have a blast experimenting with crazy combinations. Definitely a point for Last Epoch here. And if you want to know more about Diablo 4 and Last Epoch and the RPG and our stuff, subscribe to my channel. There's gonna be a lot of news around here. When we compare the graphics, Diablo 4 definitely takes the prize. It's a gorgeous game overall. After all, Blizzard has the budget, has the size, has the time, has everything. And Blizzard has always been known for beautiful CGIs, which this expansion has not let us down. They are all beautiful. The environment and skill animation also does count being beautiful. Last Epoch, on the other hand, is a much simpler graphics. Still pleasing to the eye, but very much more simple. Skill animation and original monsters do take a point here, but this point, the crown here definitely goes to Blizzard. On overall thoughts, in summary, Diablo 4, Diablo universe is very old, beloved by many fans, and the bar is set high for it. To keep fans happy, Diablo games need to be awesome, and Blizzard definitely has the budget for it. But do they still have the same gamer heart they once did before being sold? No, they don't. That's my answer. And don't get me wrong, Diablo 4 is a good game. You'll have fun with it, you'll be happy playing it. But it's not a great game. And it should be, because it has everything to be a great game. It could be so much better. Blizzard needs to develop more their story, the variety of builds, the gameplay styles. And how about some fun Easter eggs and secret maps like it had in the previous game? Like, where's the cow map? Everybody loves that. If they made one, it'll be so much fun and famous and everything. Still, many players will still play Diablo for the nostalgia feeling, just to feel like you played Diablo like you did when you were a teenager or a kid and remember those great moments. Just that feeling will keep people hooked to Diablo. And the other games like Last Epoch or sometimes PoE will not get all that space. But with time, if Blizzard did not start to get things right, Diablo will sadly lose space. Sadly. Last Epoch is a new game with a lot of potential for growth, and it's on the right track, offering players a lot of options. It has its problems like bugs, there's a lot of bugs in there, but nothing that ruins the gaming experience. The build options are phenomenal, and the loot and forging system show the love EHG has for RPGs. Although the random slamming system, in my opinion, needs some working, it's too effing random. It's so frustrating. Anyways, if Diablo doesn't fix many mistakes, games like Last Epoch and Path of Exile will definitely take its place in the hearts of many ARPG fans. As for me, I'm not going back to Diablo 4. This expansion was definitely not good in my opinion. As I said before, it's okay, but it could and should be so much better. The whole game just needs to be remade and focus on what gamers love about ARPGs and RPGs and what people loved about earlier titles while bringing up these 21st century updates that other games have been bringing. That would make it for a very much more beloved and interesting game. Now, I'll keep playing Last Epoch and anxiously waiting for Path of Exile 2 to come out, which I think is the game I'm gonna stay for a long while, and I have very high hopes for it. So that's my analysis for now. What do you guys think? Who do you think comes on top? Last Epoch or Diablo 4? Leave your comments. I'll see you guys later.